CHIC-CHAT. I hope y'all having a wonderful day. Mine is off to a rocky start, but it'll get better. So yeah, let's talk about this. You know, I understand like we living in a day in which mental health is really like a big deal. It's a hot topic. You will be hard pressed to not know someone who is dealing with some level of some type of mental health issue, you know, whether it's diagnosed or whether it's undiagnosed, you know. And in these days and times, like everybody tends to like to put some type of stamp or label on people, you know, whether it's true or whether it's not, whether it just seems like, you know, based on what you heard, this person has to have this, or whether they've been told that all their life, you know, and maybe it's official, maybe it isn't official, you know. Sometimes people can speak certain things into your life and then you just grab a hold of it and run with it, and it's not even so, you know. But I said all that to say that, you know, at some point I feel like we have to, you know, number one, be accountable for your mental health, right? And if there is something that you feel like is off, or something that's going on with you, something that doesn't sit well with you, something that people are always complaining about, that, you know, they keep pointing out to you, you know, yeah, be diligent about going to see if there is some legitimacy to that, right? But once you do see that there is some legitimacy to it or whatever, you know, be diligent about getting the proper help for it, but also be diligent about working on it, right? Because unless there is something that is debilitating about it, like something that is just no hope, this is what it is, it's not coming back, it's not going to get better. I mean, it's nothing to do to make this better. Unless that's your case, I don't understand why you hear so many people just like holding on to it and cradling it. You know, I hear so many people that may have mental health issues, you know, whenever you point out something about what they did or what they said, you know, they instantly grab and rock that mental health issue. They start rocking it. They start patting it and burping it. As soon as you say, hey, you know, you might want to check that, or they start telling you, you know, and that's what I mean when I say they start cradling it and rocking it and burping it. It's like that's their baby, you know, whatever diagnosis they have, they start doing that, you know. And I think, and that's why I feel like there's an issue with it, because your diagnosis, it explains the behaviors, but it don't give an excuse to it. It don't make it all right that you do it, right? Unless it's something that is absolutely out of your control and there's no way you can make it better no matter what you do, then it's always something that you should be working on. You should be trying to make better. And this conversation comes, you know, on the tails of a conversation that I had with one of my younger little homies, right? And basically I was, you know, talking to her about being disrespectful or whatever. And, you know, I feel like she started cradling and rocking her mental health issue, right? But here's the thing. This is what I pointed out to her. You can snap at the people that you snapping at, right? A family member, a friend, or whoever. You can curse at them, be disrespectful. And then when it's pointed out, you go to rocking and cradling whatever it is your diagnosis is, right? But when you at work and those people pissing you off, you know how to control it then. There is a level of control that you know how to swiftly gain. Why? Because you understand that that's your livelihood. You understand that if you start talking reckless to them too long, too much, too many times, you already know that's going to impact your livelihood. So if you can control it at certain times, you can control it, right? And So that's all I wanted to show her, is that you don't always have to cradle and rock this. Yes, it's an issue. Yes, you fully understand, what's going on, that there may be a problem, but you also fully understand that if you want to, you can do better with it. If you put your mind to it, you can basically beat it. But you have to be intentional about it, right? And I said all of that to say, because but I don't think, you really realize that when the people in your life, like your loved ones, it don't matter how much y'all don't get along, right? The people that you have had some level of a relationship with, and in your heart of hearts, you really love those people, and there's love for those people, even though y'all may not see eye to eye, y'all may not even be talking. Those are the people that, even though your relationship may not be that strong, when they leave here, you will miss them. You will miss them. And I don't care what type of rocky relationship you had with them, there will be some level of, sometimes you just want to hear them laugh, or sometimes you just want to check in on them, or stop by to see them. And those are things that we don't really talk about. We don't really say that, you know what, me and them didn't even get along, but I miss them so much. And a lot of times a person won't say that, because the person that you would be saying it to, they know how bad you used to talk about that person. They know how bad y'all used to cuss each other out. They know how tumultuous and toxic y'all relationship was. So you feel embarrassed to say that. But the reality is still there. Whether you say it or not, whether you admit it or not, the reality is still there, that you know what? I miss them. It's some things I wish I would have said or done different. I would just love to have a conversation with them, and I would like to say that that's everybody, but okay, maybe you may be a person that you have a heart of steel, and that's just not, you haven't experienced it, or maybe you haven't experienced it yet, but when I talk about this topic, like I'm speaking from experience, because I understand, because I have lived long enough to be able to experience the fact that, hey, just because you and this person didn't have a great relationship, it don't mean that when they're gone you won't miss them. It don't mean that when they're gone you won't want to hear from them sometimes. You won't think about them. You won't want to visit them, or just laugh with them. Just tell them something that they will find funny just like you, or go to a place and eat that they would love to go and eat at, So that's why I was, kind of really trying to speak life into the young homie, because I understand that she's in a place that she don't have a clue. She's young. She's younger than me, so she don't have a clue of what's to come and how that's gonna play out. And I told her, listen, the best thing I could tell anybody to do in life is take a lot of good pictures and make as many good memories as you can. You know why? Because when people gone, that's all you gonna have. Now, you get fortunate enough to somebody leave you a little money, a little inheritance or something, okay, then, hey, they did that big one. But if that's not the case, then the only thing you will have are memories and photos. Take plenty of them. I feel like I got enough pictures that by the time they hit my phone, it'll last them for a long time, because you realize that even when you thought you had a lot of pictures of somebody, after you done looked at those pictures over and over for the first couple of years, then it's like, dang, I wish I had more. So that's why I say take plenty pictures. It's people who, they say, I don't like photos, and then, okay, what? Step outside yourself. Take them for your grandkids. Take the pictures for your kids so they can have something to remember you by, and they don't have to keep looking at the same photo. In fact, they don't have to, try to figure out what old photo from 1970 whatever to use. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we just got to think about somebody besides ourselves. stand on that. Take plenty of pictures, make plenty of memories, because when they gone, that's all you have. That's all you have. But yeah, back to, you know, cradling, rocking, burping, that mental health diagnosis. The mental health diagnosis is to make you aware of why you may be experiencing what you may be experiencing, why you may be acting in the way that you acting. But it should not hold you hostage. You should not feel like you have a green light to show your tail. Right? Especially as an adult. Especially as an adult. You being bipolar, you having mood, this regulatory disorder, that don't mean that you could talk to people any kind of way. And they have to excuse that. They have to overlook that. They have to understand that. No. That don't mean that. It means that you have to work harder on your relationships. You have to work harder when you're in the presence of people. That's what it means. It don't mean people have to overlook and have to understand. No, because they don't. They don't. And if you find people that care enough about you, that they do understand, so they keep you in their life because they understand there's some things that you're struggling with. Okay, good. But don't take advantage of that. Don't make that feel, don't allow that to make you feel like you can just handle those people any kind of way. No. That's not what they mean. I could tolerate you and I could deal with some of your stuff up to a certain point. If I don't feel like you working on it or you trying to do better, you got to get from my presence. You and your diagnosis. Get from around me. Especially if I don't see that you working on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. You ain't always got to be taking no medication, but you better be doing some holistic stuff to work on it if you ain't taking no medication. You better be doing some real seeking and searching to figure out how you gonna combat that, how you gonna beat that, because you just ain't gonna be disrespecting me and talking to me any kind of way and thinking I'm supposed to just understand. And you definitely ain't gonna be being violent, thinking I just supposed to understand and take that. No, ma'am, Pam, we ain't doing that. Go on and get from around, because it's gonna be a long day for you. So that's the thing, like, you know, we have came a long ways with, you know, trying to get diagnosis, trying to get a better understanding of mental health, trying to do better by it. But some people take advantage of it. You know, some people think that's their ticket, to act however, to not have to control your impulses, to not have to control your thoughts, your feelings, your you know, your actions. Mental health diagnosis or not, everybody may want to say the wrong thing sometimes. Everybody may want to be physical and go upside your head a time or two. Slap the taste out your mouth. Everybody may want to just blurt out something and don't have Tourette's. Everybody may just want to just say something, you know, over and over again. You know, everybody may feel one way this second and another way the next second and not be bipolar. You know what I'm saying? So everybody has some things that they experience. So why should you think that just because you have been officially diagnosed with something, oh, you just could, it's okay, you just could do everything however you want and move out? No, that's no. It's real people out here with real feelings, real emotions, and you just don't get to walk over them. You just don't get to handle them any kind of way just because you diagnosed with something. You know, and I notice a lot, you know, a lot of parents will cradle their kids. Oh, he has such and such. Oh, they have such and such. Okay. You getting them the help they need. You giving them the coping skills, the strategies that they need to survive and live and thrive and be better. Yes, hopefully that's what you're doing, because you can't just keep creating you can't just keep cradling it and rocking it and petting it. And especially if you have a skin tone that's like mine. You know why? Because it's been proven over and over again that when y'all get in that judicial system, when they look like me, they just say it's behaviors. When they look like other people, they bring out all the mental health titles and labels that they can find for that person. And that's not making up. That's what I have seen. When it's us, oh, it's behaviors. Here, you getting the book thrown at you. But when it's other people, oh, they have mental health diagnosis, they're not fit they didn't understand what they was doing. They this and that they have made them do this, that, and the third. Now, I'm not saying for us, because y'all know as a people, we would totally overlook something. Oh, ain't nothing wrong with them, and oh, they can do this and they can. Okay, no, I'm not saying dismiss nothing. I'm saying address it, take care of it, work on it. The same way you have to do with anything else. The same way you have to do when you have whatever you get diagnosed with, whatever it is that you're facing, whatever the challenge is. Okay, you know what it is, you understand it, you work on it, you try to get through it. And no, sometimes it ain't just that simple, but it still has to be done. So yeah, those are my thoughts for the day. But yeah, you keep in mind that you here for a little bit of time. That time does not ever seem like it's long enough, So you want to make sure that you mindful of your relationships, how you carrying people, how you interacting with people. You're responsible for how you show up in people's life, what you do, what you say, how good you are to them, how negative you are to them. Sorry, don't fix everything. Sometimes thank you ain't enough. Actions. Yeah. Yeah, have a good one.